back.
11th of January, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
In your Gemora. See where you could find it in your Gemora.
Rabbi Tarfon?
Yeah, it says Ela la'olam Rabbi Tarfon he. Amod Rabbi Tarfon heicha dishtaba heicha dishtaba. Rabbi Tarfon admits that in the event where the person swore, he admits that where he swore, what does he admit to? He admits that you'd have to, I guess he admits to Rabbi Kiva in his machlekes with Rabbi Kiva, that if the case of the one that said I stole from 5 people, I don't know which one of them, if he made a shvua, a false shvua, he would have to return. He would agree to Rabbi Kiva. He would have to return to each one of them. So where is this?
103B3, left-hand column, second to the last line. The Gemora concedes.
I see it all the way on the bottom of my page over here. Did we have Rashi over here? We did Rabbi Tarfon he. We did that. Asnisin diktani nishba. The Rabbi Kiva afilu lo nishba nami. Right. Okay. So now, and we said the reason. My timer was reason for that. Damakra lasher hu loy yitnenu b'yom hashmasoi. He's got to give it into his hand. Make sure he gets it into the hand of the one that he stole it from. In the event b'yom hashmaso, maybe that's going on the swearing falsely, or the time that he's going to bring the korban asham for swearing falsely. Okay, and what about Rabbi Akiva? Now the Gemara turns to Rabbi Akiva. What does Rabbi Akiva hold? And so this is 4 lines from the bottom of the page. Luz told you where you can find it in your art scroll. And we call upon Alan to start the reading, please.
I robbed a mana, or is it? He said 103B3, right? Last 3 lines.
Left-hand column, second to the last line.
Oh, left-hand column. Okay. The Gemara concedes?
Yes.
Okay. The Gemara concedes and proposes another interpretation. Ella Olam Rabbi Tarfon, he, rather, the Mishnah is actually in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Tarfon. The dispute between Rabbi Tarfon and Rabbi Kiva pertains specifically to a case in which Rabbi did not swear falsely. It is only in this case that Rabbi Tarfon leniently allows him to place the money before them and withdraws. Umodeh Rabbi Tarfon hechor ish topona, but Rabbi Tarfon concedes that where the robber swore falsely, he must pay the value of the theft to each and every one of the claimants. Tamor, what is the reason for Rabbi Tarfon's opinion? The imor karor asher who lo no biyom ash more so, for Scripture states with respect to one who stole and swore falsely to the one to whom it belongs, shall he give it on the day that he admits his guilt. The edict that he gave it to the one that belongs obligates him specifically to deliver payment to the victim himself, so that he may remedy his sin.
Okay, so now we read the Rashi Dibur Maskil Rabbi Tarfon he that says that the Mishnah goes like Rabbi Tarfon yesterday, and so now let's go to the next line in the Gemora. And what about Rabbi Akiva? Rabbi Akiva, we call upon Roy to continue the reading.
Yeah, I've just come in. Sorry, I wasn't available for a little while. Put it nicely.
103, B3, right-hand column,
All
second
right.
paragraph.
I'll tell you what, I'm just putting on my glasses. All right. Here we are. Right. Four, what was it?
103, B3, right-hand column, second paragraph.
Oh, took the brachas one. That was a mistake. 103, B3, right-hand paragraph. Right-hand column. What paragraph?
Second,
The Gemara continues.
the
But,
Gemara explains.
The words. Second. Oh, I was looking at the left-hand side. Oh well. Okay. Thank you. Sorry about all that, but still, the Gemara explains Rabbi Akiva's more stringent opinion.
Right.
Rabbi Akiva, and in brackets is Damar. Is that right?
Yeah, but we don't read it's in the parentheses, and we don't read the parentheses.
Right. Rabbi Akiva, but as for Rabbi Akiva, he concedes that biblical law requires the robber to incur the added expense only when he swore falsely. Afal gav Rabbi Dalo Mishtabo Kanis. But nevertheless, even in the case where the robber did not swear falsely, Rabbi Akiva penalizes him by rabbinic edict and requires him to pay each and every one of the claimants. In our Mishnah's case too, Rabbi Akiva would penalize the robber and require him to pursue his victim to Medea, even if he had not sworn falsely.
Okay, so it comes out that this Mishnah that we had in Yevamos that talked about the five people that claimed that they were the one that he stole it from. So Rabbi Tarfon said, just put it down between them, and you're out of there to the Goslin. But Rabbi Akiva says you won't be out of there until you give to each one that you think maybe he was the one that it was stolen from, and you won't fulfill your obligation until you do so. Don't fulfill your obligation of returning the stolen object into his hand unless you do that. So that's because Rabbi Akiva understands that that obligation is even if you did not swear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if they did swear falsely, so then even Rabbi Tarfon agrees that he would have to give to all five of them. That's what the Gemora said a minute ago. Moda Rabbi Tarfon, Heka de Ishtaba, where he swore falsely, then even Rabbi Tarfon would agree that he's got to give to each one of the five. And also, Rabbi Tarfon is the view of the Mishnah, which also makes that distinction about the only reason you got to go to Madai to give it to him personally in his hand is because that was the case where he swore falsely. But if he had not sworn falsely, he would not have to go to Madai to return it into his hand. So these two cases that we're talking about with the five guys and with the one guy in Madai, the common denominator between both of them is that if we say that the obligation of the Goslin is to return it into the hand of the victim himself, and it's not good enough to just make it available to him, and until that time he won't achieve kapara. So that's why both of those cases are that you have to go to Madai, says the Mishnah, or you have to give to each one of the five, says the Mishnah in Yevamos. And Rabbi Tarfon is the one that says only when you swear falsely is that so. But the fact that you did the sin of Gezel doesn't require you to do so. But Rabbi Kiva holds that just the mere fact that the act of Gezela was done requires you to give it into the hand. Okay. Okay, and now Gemora goes back to Rebbe Tarfon. Rebbe Tarfon, Michti. And we go to Luther. Continue the reading, please.
The Rebbe Tarfon, Mikdi. According to Rebbe Tarfon, Mikdi means now let us see. Hecha de mish taba lo sagya de lo hoda. Let's see here, where he swore falsely. It is not sufficient unless he confesses. Iria v'nishba. Let's see. Why specifically, and he swore. Afilu below Shavua Nami, even without an oath also. Desanya, for it was taught in a brisa, Mode Rebbe Tarfon be Omer Lish Naim. Rabbi Tarfon admits regarding one who says to two, Gazalti echad mikem mana ve'eni yodea eze mikem. I stole 100. I stole from one of you 100, and I don't know which one. No, saying lazeh mana v'lazeh mana. He gives this one a mana and that one a mana. Okay, that's the end of the page. Shekvar hoda mipi atzmo. Shekvar that after he confesses, mipi atzmo, with his own mouth. Since he has confessed with his own, on his own, I guess that's the end of that brisa, of that Mishnah. Since he has confessed on his own in an effort to rectify his sin and attain atonement, and atonement is guaranteed only if he pays one of the claimants.
In this particular case, we're assuming that both of the claimants are saying, no, you robbed me. Otherwise, why can't he ask which one was it? Who's losing a manor? Who's missing a manor?
Well, even if they don't say that, he doesn't know. He stole it. He went into the dark alley and stole it, and he doesn't know which of the vagrants he stole it from.
Yeah, but I'm saying that both of them, both of the possible victims, are saying, are either not saying nothing, or they are saying.
I'm saying they could be saying nothing. He wants to do tshuva. He wants to make good, but he doesn't know who to give it to.
Right. So we assume then that they're saying nothing, or they're both making the claim that it was me you stole it from.
I'm saying it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Right.
In either case, it's the same issue.
Mm.
So why then did the Mishnah in Yevamos bother to say that each one of them is saying you stole it from me?
Just remind me, if one of them, if each of them is saying that, one of them is, in this case, one of them is lying, or maybe he's mistaken. And if he's lying, he shouldn't get the restitution.
Oh, maybe that's the difference. If you know one of them is a liar, that may change your desire, because you may say, we don't want to give a known liar.
Well, the best in wouldn't, would it?
What?
How do we know who's lying over here?
Well, what I'm saying is, I'm comparing the case where nobody makes a claim and the case where both make a claim. If no one makes a claim and the court says, give each of them 100, I have no problem.
Yeah.
But if both of them make a claim and the court says, give each of them 100, I have a problem, because for sure he's giving 100 to somebody who's a liar.
But that was what Rabbi Akiva held in the case of the Mishnah in Yevamos.
Right. I'm saying maybe
In that
that's why it matters.
Well,
in the case in Yevamos, does Rabbi Akiva say that you give each of them a mana?
yeah.
Okay, so I've got a kasha on Rabbi Akiva.
What does Rabbi Akiva say the reason why he has to give to each 5? Let's take a look at that case again.
Because he has to put it into the hand of the one he stole it from.
He won't. Rabbi Akiva said, you won't. You will not have fulfilled your obligation, and you won't get a kapora from the avera of Gezel unless you give it into the hand of the one that you stole it from.
So he can't leave it in the middle of them. He has to personally give what he stole, the equivalent of what he stole, to each person in their hand. To go up to them and say, "Here, this is one manna that I possibly stole from you. All right, and here's your manna that I possibly stole from you, and here's your manna put into your hand," and so on. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done that.
That's what Rabbi Akiva holds. But I'm just pointing out that case, we see that the Mishnah said it mentioned explicitly and openly that the 5 people were saying this. גוזל אחד מחמישה בני אדם ואיני יודע מאיזה מהן גוזל, שרבי טרפון אומר, one second, did I make a mistake over here? Wait a second.
I don't remember the previous bit.
Rabbi Akiva al Shaloka. Here we go, looking and looking again. What happened over here? Yeah. Yeah, this is on 103b, towards the top of the page. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines down from the top of the page. First word, it's really the first the second full line after the Gemora. First word in the line is lo. Lo Rabbi, the Gemora said, who does our Mishnah go like? Lo Rabbi Tarfon, but lo Rabbi Akiva. Doesn't go like Rabbi Tarfon, doesn't go like Rabbi Akiva either. The Sanya, because we learned in it's actually a Mishnah in Yevamos. So really the correct text of the Gemara should not be the Sanya, because that means that we learned it in a Brisa, but should have said the Tanan. And there's a correction over there from the correctors, the Rishal and the Gilyon. Okay. In any case, the Mishnah says like this: Gezel echad mechamesha, he stole from one of 5, and Yodea ez mehen. He does not know me ez mehen. The Bach corrects. Doesn't know from which one of these 5 that he stole from. And then it says, V'kol echad omer oti gaza. Each one of the 5 is jumping up and down over there. That's not what it says in the Bryce. That's just my elaboration. And he's saying, you stole it from me, you goslin that you are. Yeah, all of them are claiming it. That's what it says in the Mishnah. So Mania Gezela B'neum Mustalik, Rabbi Tarfon. Rabbi Tarfon says, just put it down in between these 5 guys, and that'll be sufficient to absolve you of your sin of being a goslin. But Rabbi Akiva says no. Rabbi Akiva Omer lo zu derech. It's also midei avera. This is not the way which will get him out from the avera that he has done. Ad yishalem gezela l'kol echad v'echad, until he gives to each one of them what it is that what because you know why? Because he has to put he has to return the stolen item into the one that he stole it from. And if he does not know which one it was, so he hasn't fulfilled his obligation. He hasn't done the return. So he's not out of the avera yet, according to Rebbe Kiva. Okay. Now, when we come to this other, this is the Gemara brought over here from Rabbi Tarfon. This was a brisa on the Mishnah in Yevamos in regard to this matter of Gezel from one of 5 people. Okay, so apparently the this is a brisa that's elaborating and explaining and elucidating what the Mishnah says. In this case, says the Sanya, Moda Rebbe Tarfon. So Rebbe Tarfon and Rebbe Kiva had a machlokes in the Mishnah in Yevamos, and now in the Brisa relates that there's a case that Rebbe Tarfon is going to be moda to Rebbe Kiva in. What's that case? Moda Rebbe Tarfon, ba'omer l'shnayim gezalti echad mekem mana be'eni yodem eze mechem. He says, I stole from one of you. He says to two people, I stole from one of you, and I don't know who. So Rebbe Tarfon is moda, no saying lazem mana. Why is that? Why is he here? Rebbe Tarfon is moda to Rebbe Kiva. Why is he moda to Rebbe Kiva in this case? Says the Brisa shekvar hoda mi piatzmo, because he has already admitted that he has been a goslin, and so therefore that's what he's got to do. So now what we have to do, you know what we have to do? Instead of speculating all sorts of things, which is very nice to do. If you don't know, you have to speculate. But let's take a look at what Rashi says and how Rashi explains this case over here. Maybe we can see from the words of Rashi what Rashi thinks about how to understand these two statements of Rebbe Tarfon and Rebbe Akiva. So without further ado, we go to Phil. Michti, Rebbe Tarfon Michti.
Rebbe Tarfon Michti. Rebbe Tarfon now says, Nathan on our Mishnah. On our Mishnah, we ask the Omar that it says Nishpa in that if he does swear, yes, this roll holds. Lo nishpa lo. If he doesn't swear, then it doesn't hold. The ukmina Rebbe Tarfon, and the Mishnah should be established according to Rebbe Tarfon.
Right, and we said that Rebbe Tarfon makes a distinction between whether you swear and you don't swear. We just got through saying that that's why the Mishnah that here in Bakama that says that he swore, that's why, and it says he's got to go to Madai to make sure he gives it into the hand of the victim. That we said was Rebbe Tarfon, whereas the Mishnah in Yevamos, which did not say that he swore, Rebbe Tarfon says no, you don't have to give it into the hand of all these five. I don't agree to Rebbe Akiva over there. I hold that he could put it down, and with that he's good to go. He's fulfilled any obligation that he has in regard to this gezo. And so now we're asking on that from the Brisa. The way that we explain the Mishnah, the Gemora is saying, but that doesn't accord with the way it says in the Brisa. So how do we? So now Rashi is going to tell us about the further in the Gemara's question over here. Lo sagid the lo hodet. And there is a note over here. The kafira, as opposed to kapora. It should be the kafira, the first word in this Rashi. Kafira, hishavon, the kra, ahodoxiv. Oh, you know what? I don't know. I understand the word kapora being a better, more understandable than what Rashi is saying. Okay, Phil, you want to read the Rashi?
Which
Lo sagi
Rashi?
lo hoda.
It's not sufficient. It's lo sagi lo hodo. It's not sufficient if he doesn't admit it.
The nishtaba lo sagi lo hoda.
Right. If he swears it's not sufficient if he doesn't admit it, though, the kapara in relation to its atonement, the cheshbon and
The kapara b'hishavam the kra a
kar,
hoda.
the pasuk says ahuda and on admitting ketiv, diksiv, begezo, with robbing hager,
Yes.
the hatoda, and then he admits it mitmata mita hata achem. He has to admit his sin.
Okay, so Rashi here. Let's just go back to the Gemora for a second and explain the words that the Gemora says. Rebbe Tarfon. This really is the Gemora's question on Rebbe Tarfon. Rebbe Tarfon, that we said that he's going to go like our Mishnah here in Bava Kama Mifti. Let's look into this for a minute. Hekadi shtaba lo sagi de lo hoda. What does that mean? It means that in the event that he made us a shvua, meaning a false shvua, lo sagi de lo hoda. He won't be chayav to seek a kapara on the shvua, and this special halacha that we have of giving back the stolen article into the hand of the nigzal personally, into his hand. Heichen shelo hoda ela shebo edim. Heichen shelo hoda ela shebo edim. Shelo chayva Torah as a nishba l'shaker b'chum. I'm just reading the note over here. Shelo chayva Torah as hanishba l'shaker b'chomesh b'osham ela im hoda b'davar. So we have a point. We have a halacha over here that we're talking about a case where he's going to pay Karen to the nigzal for what he stole. That's the amount that he stole. Let's say he stole 100 from him, so he's going to have to pay that. But then he's also going to have to pay a chomesh of that for swearing falsely. And we see from the pasuk in the Torah, that's the pasuk that Rashi quotes, v'hisvadu es chatosam, and he will confess his chait asher asu. And then it says v'heshiv es ashamo barosho. Then at that point he will be obligated to give an asham also in addition to the in addition to the Karen, and put it into the hands directly of the nigzal, of the one that was stolen from. So that's what the Gemara means when it says where he swore lo sagia de lo hoda. It will not be in order to activate this whole pasuk over here, that he's got to pay a chomesh, and he's also got to have obligation to give it back to the guy in his hand. That's only where he's moda. That's what it says in the pasuk. Is vadu es chatosam. That he admits his thievery. Okay, so that's that Rashi. But then the Gemara continued its analysis. My area benishba afilu below shvua nami. The Gemara is asking why did the Mishnah, that our Mishnah that says that he's got to go to Madai, even to give it back to the Nigzal in Madai, only it mentioned it only mentioned that he was Nishba, that he took an oath and he swore falsely. Afilu below shvua nami, even if he wouldn't have made a shvua, he would nevertheless have to go to Madai. And then the Gemara brings this brisa that says that Rabbi Tarfon is modeh. Rabbi Tarfon is modeh when he admits, he says, I stole from one of the two of you. I admit that. But I don't know which one of you I stole from. And we see over here that they don't say anything about the two guys say, oh no, you stole from me. Oh no, you stole from me. Rabbi Tarfon says in this case, he's got to give nosin lazem mana ulazem mana. Why does he have to give to both of them a mana? Because on the top of page Kuf Daled Amid Aleph 104a, very first line, Shekvar Hoda mi piatzmo, because he's already admitted from his mouth that he has been a Gazlan. Now we got to read the Rashi and understand. And so, in other words, so the Gemora is saying over here that even without a shvua, we see from this brisa that the mere fact that he admitted that he was a Gazlan is already sufficient reason for Rabbi Tarfon to be modeh to Rabbi Akiva, that in that case he's going to have to give to both of these guys.
Okay.
Oh, that's it. Okay, we're past time. Okay, so this Rashi we'll have to read tomorrow. Everybody remember what we did today? Do Chazara on it maybe, and Linetter, and we'll continue tomorrow. Have a great day. Yasher koyach to everybody.
Thank you.
To Phil, and to Alan, and to Lou, and to Roy. You had a
Thank
very
you.
nice picture of the menorah. I like that.
I have to change it now, won't I?
Lou at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, maybe you'll get a Megillah, or maybe something for from the fruits for Tu B'Shvat. Maybe
All right. We'll see.
you can keep changing all year round.
Mm-hmm.
Lou at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Bye for now. Bye.
Okay.
Okay,
you.
bye Roy, bye Lou,
Bye.
bye
Have a good
Ellen.
day.
Good day.
Amen. You too.